Good morning, everybody. It's your boy, the Show Off. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my page, y'all. So today, um, what I want to do is I'm going to attempt to do my last Derrick Jaxn video. All right, over the years, I've done about maybe 6 or 7 of them. I've critiqued a couple of his videos or whatnot, and I'm looking to close the book on this subject, and get back to my normal stuff. But I can't promise that I'm going to stop because I'm kind of curious. I can't lie. I'm kind of curious to see where he goes after this cheating scandal or whatnot. So, first of all, first things first. A lot of people came to me based off of my last video and something I said in my last video, because I posted it on Facebook on in several different places. A lot of people came in my inbox, and they asked me, what did I mean by she appeared to be a charity case? Now, what I mean by that is not in the terms of in the sense of money or whatnot. That's not what I meant. But what I meant is when you look at the optics of what you saw when they were on the couch together and they were sitting there talking and whatnot. Derrick Jaxn is his normal, fresh self. You know what I'm saying? He's not clean cut, whatever the case may be. The same things that caught these women's attention, all of his followers and subscribers, and these women who have been caught allegedly, or not caught, but who have exposed him allegedly. All right. But here's his wife. First time on camera on his platform. He has at least hundreds of thousands of followers, if not millions. All right, people, millions of people see his videos or whatnot, and your wife, while you're fresh and you're fly, your wife shows up with a, I don't know if I haven't figured out if it's a beret yet or if it's a bonnet. She has a black bonnet on. She has glasses on her face, almost as if to maybe be concealing her identity or whatnot. She has a black sweatshirt on that the sleeves are short on. She has some tattered jeans on. If I'm not mistaken, Derrick has on his nephew's shirt as usual, and or his son's shirt or something as usual, and some like khaki colored pants or something like that. Um, and I want to explain to y'all something. When people have been on the internet for a long time, they learn how to manipulate the internet. Meaning, they learn how to say things by showing you things, so they don't even have to say it. All right. So when you look at those, there's not a person who could get on a live with me, do a Zoom call with me or whatnot, and they could tell me that that couple look like they belong together. There's not one person who can say that. All right. So, in other words, the image that was kind of passed along was that he's still God's, even though he's done everything that he's done, he's still God's gift to her, and she should be happy to be with him, because how can she get another me? And another image was passed along is basically to the dumb followers that he has. Those dumb followers may have said, damn, look at him, look at her, no wonder he cheated. Which is utter bullshit, because this woman comes across as having a pure soul. This is just, I've only seen her one time or 2 times because she did her own video or whatnot. I've only seen her, but she comes across as being having a pure soul. She's a God-fearing woman. She is a ride or die, so to speak. This is the way she comes across, but she also comes across as broken. Or even worse, the dumber followers would say, if she can get him, I know I can get him. Alright? So, one of the principles that this man talked about all the time is how a man should pour into his woman or whatnot. So, you actually bring your wife onto camera in front of your millions or hundreds of thousands of followers or whatever, or people who may see this video, and you bring her on there not looking close to up to par to be in front of millions of people. You didn't even offer to get her hair done. And as a man who has made all of these many mistakes, that is the absolute last thing you should be doing, is putting her in a position to be ridiculed by her appearance when she comes on there. Hey babe, I want you to do this video with me, and just for my image, or for the image, because we want the business to continue, hey, I want you to go get your hair done, get a nice outfit. Don't try to overdo it. You know what I'm saying? Here's a credit card, or here's some cash, or whatever the case may be. You don't try to overdo it and come back looking like we're going to a ball or something like that. But, make yourself look nice for this video. So, just to make it look like she belongs with you. But right now, on that video, what we saw, she looked like she shouldn't even be looking. Like, that house looks pretty nice. It looked like she shouldn't even be there. She looks more like the maid than the wife. Alright? So, let me continue and let me keep it going. Just to piggyback off that point. First of all, don't y'all think that it would have been easier for him to just not respond to this shit right now? Fall back, put his life together? Because every time he responds, it seems like Tasha K comes back with new shit. And apparently she has some very... I'm not paying to see this shit, or whatever the case may be. But apparently she has some very, very fucking damaging text messages, pictures, video of this dude, videos of him being naked in certain places with women and shit like that, while the women are taking videos of him and shit. Videos where he's beating off in cars and stuff. All kinds of stuff. Alright? So every time he responds, or makes a video, or does anything, she's coming back with some new shit. So wouldn't it have made more sense for him to just say, you know what? I'm going to fix my life. I'm going to fix my relationship. I am going to continue working on building my relationship back and getting my shit right to the point, which that's the priority. At the end of the day, that's the priority. People are expecting me to live what I talk. So let me put myself in the best space. Let me put us in the best space to do this. Whether it takes 3 more months, 5 more months, 6 more months, 9 more months, even a year. I'm going to fall back. I'm not going to do anything. Instead, what this dude did was utilize this as an opportunity to sell more books. To talk about how to heal each other without hurting each other. How can you push that book out here when your so-called healing is coming courtesy of the hurt that you caused her? So you took it, and you took this whole situation and the fact that you put your wife out here the way that you did, in the manner, and you utilized that to try to monetize this situation of you cheating on your wife. And instead of falling back and getting your shit together, and then maybe addressing it after you've taken time to heal your life and fix your life, fix your shit with your wife, fix your shit with your family, and get your family structure together, and then maybe you and your wife come and sit down and do a video when she's good and she's not feeling and looking broken. Then, only then you address it, when Tasha K is no longer is tired of talking about you, and she's shot every weapon at you, every bullet at you that she has, to which you don't respond. Then come back and apologize and see if you can move forward with your followers. No, the proud narcissist in you won't allow you to do that. So what you had to do was come right back, and every time you keep firing your shot back, she keeps firing hers back, and her shots are more damaging than the ones that you're hitting her with, because you're not doing anything to her. You still trying to clear your name. But the ones that she doing is just completely sullying yours. So you're taking the body shots. But that wasn't, like, all of this stuff Money, all of this stuff is not that important. You have a woman with a heart of gold, and that's what it comes across. And this is what you're saying. You have a woman with a heart of gold, and you can't prioritize her. Why is that? That's what I was talking about in the last video. Why is that? Because now all of a sudden you can talk about the trip. You can talk about all the things that you weren't happy with the situation, which led to you making the moves that you made. But when you were telling these women how they should move, you wasn't talking about how they could have gotten to that point, and that they are contributors of getting to that point, whether they admit it or not, whether they hear what's being said about them or not. You didn't say any of that stuff. You didn't feel the need to address that stuff. You just told them, hey, if he's not doing what he needs to do, leave. And then he turns around and does what? He gets her to give him a second chance. But he told you to leave. So ladies, how do you feel? That leads me to my next point. How do you feel that the same man who told you not to give a second chance, that there's no hope for him, that he will never be what you need him to be, and you should cut your losses and move on, or you should rob him and get him to invest into a business for you, or you should try to make him miss you by engaging in psychological warfare? Those are the two videos that let me put a plug in there for myself. Those are the two videos that I actually critiqued, by the way. The same guy who told you that you should do this somehow was able, when he turned out to be that same fuckboy that he was talking about in that video, he somehow was able to finesse his wife into giving him the second chance that he told you that your guy didn't deserve. How does that make you feel? You may have actually given up something that you could have cultivated and worked on and put the energy. You may have actually given up an actual good man because y'all just wasn't on the same page and Derrick Jaxn told you to. How does that make you feel? And now he has a second chance with his wife, but yours is gone forever. Probably with another chick, whatever the case may be. Now, this is what I say, and this is why I was saying what I was saying about a narcissist. There's small things in that video that people wouldn't even pay attention to that I would. Like, for instance, these things right here are basically telling you that his thoughts are purely on him and his business and not his family. All right, not like, first of all, just go back to what I just said. Just rewind this shit like 5 minutes and go back and listen. That's the first thing. Number two, just something small that I noticed. As he's holding her hand, notice that he's kind of up under her hand, kind of like hiding behind her, so to speak. Okay, her arm is the visible arm, and he's holding her hand. She's awkward. She's awkward throughout the whole thing. All right. Notice that as he's holding her hand, he is caressing his own finger, not hers. He's not making her feel safe or feel protected in this brand new environment that he has placed her in by bringing her on this camera. He's actually comforting himself as he tells lies. He's actually doing this to his finger. This right here. He's actually doing that to his finger, to his own finger, as he's holding his wife's hand, who's obviously scared to death, nervous as shit, whatever the case you want to, however you want to put it, however you want to classify it. He's not protecting her. One of the things that this man talked about in so many videos is pouring into your wife. You didn't put clothes on this woman. You didn't get a hairdo for this woman to appear in front of millions of people. You were caressing your own hand while you were doing this video that she's scared to death. You're not protecting her. You talk about protection and providing, but Are you like really? She didn't look like she was being provided for. Look at what she looked like. Look at what she had on. She didn't look like you. You've made a lot of money. You got books and relationship games, and all of these things, and T-shirts, and all of these things that you sell. And then you have your wife come onto the camera, looking the way that she looked. So, and you're not even making her feel safe, wanted, um, needed. You're not even giving the impression that you want to fix your relationship. You're saying a few little things, but mostly what you're doing is basically justifying. Now, what ended up happening with her is, see, everybody thinks that they're attacking her for what she looked like. She's not an ugly girl. But what people are attacking is the optics of what she looked like on the couch sitting next to you. And you allowed that to happen. You sat her out there as a human shield, and now she's taking the punishment for some shit. She, first of all, she was answering questions that she don't have the answer to. She don't know your mindset. She don't know what you did. She don't know what he did. Has no idea what he did. But now she's having to justify his shit plus justify why she's still with him. So you put her under the gun, and now she has to go on her own Instagram page and uh, make a video. Um, all of these things that people are making these memes, all of these things, yo, and you have no defense for that. She can't escape it. She can't escape it. That shit is everywhere, and you allowed that to happen. Honestly, honestly, what I started off by saying is, why not fall back and allow yourself to really heal? Because your wife is clearly not healed. She looks scared in the video. She looks petrified in the video, actually. She was shaking. She was um, batting her eyes. Um, Sometimes she looked disinterested, especially when you said certain things, like especially when he was going down the list of things that he had done. She was basically like, yeah, like the way she was looking at him was like, yeah, nigga, you did that. She's obviously still bothered by that, and you haven't given her enough time to heal. So why didn't you take the opportunity to put her first? Mr. Relationship Guru, why wouldn't you do that? And say, look, I need to take a minute to get myself right, and we're going to come back stronger than ever. And maybe we can do a little segment together about being married and working on our relationship from here on out. Instead, you threw her out there to the wolves where she should never want to be on camera again. So, in conclusion, this man, for all of these years, has pretty much. We didn't even know he was married for the last year, y'all. Until last year. Till this year. Last year, I should say. We didn't even have any idea that this man was married. Nobody did. Alright? There was no wedding pictures out there. He just put a wedding picture out like last June or something like that. Apparently, around the time that this was going on, I guess trying to finesse her back into the house or whatever the case may be. Um, he just put a picture up then. We had no idea that this man was married. So he has marketed himself this whole time as a single man. Right? He's marketed himself as a single man who knows exactly what to do and has the best thoughts when it comes to women. And that thought was to tell you women, to teach you women all of this time, that all the cliches that you live by and all the things that black women actually apply to their life when it comes to these cliches that are out here. 30 is the new 20. Happy wife, happy life. All of these things. that life begins with begins and ends with your happiness. And here's a fact of life, y'all. Nobody's saying what men do is right. I don't think there's a man who will say that the shit that men do and they put you through is right. But y'all got there somehow, and you're a contributor to how you got there. A lot of times y'all want to give off the image that this man is doing these things to the perfect woman, and that's not always the case. Y'all got there somehow. So ladies, here's a little bit of relationship advice. One, the first part you can just take into life. Until you are able to be honest with yourself about yourself, you can never have an honest conversation. And two, you have to be willing to listen when someone is that you care about and someone you want to care about you is talking to you about you. Communication is not just about talking. Communication is about talking, listening, processing, and applying. That's the principles of relationship. That is the true principles about being married. Communication is everything. But it's not communication is not just about being heard. You got to be willing to listen too. That's all I got. I hope everybody have a blessed day. Blessed, prosperous day. Happy Sunday to everybody. I hope everybody get their spiritual nourishment. I'm going to try my best to get mine. Peace out. Show off.